Hello everyone, and today I'll be telling you how much naming in your game is important. And I'm not talking about naming your characters or your game or a town in it. Those stuff will be related to your game's storyline or lore. I'm talking about naming your variables, classes, or even functions when you define it. Same as all tutorials when you want to use a number. Let's say for example you want to use it for speed. You define like public int speed. Of course, you can name it anything you want, there is no restriction, but it is very important more than you think, especially when you are working in a team or even in a company. Now, as a solo developer, while making your game, you'll be knowing every line of code, but when the project scope gets bigger, you might end up having a single class with 1000 line or more, and if your variable name aren't clear, you might forget what they are for or what's their purpose. I'm going to give a simple example. When you want to use a number for a bullet, so you define an integer S2234. Instead of naming it speed or bullet speed, using the name S2234 is confusing, as there's a moment you might forget what is the S2234 is, so you will get much harder time recognizing it. So using the name speed, it will be easier for you to recognize and remember what it is for. Therefore, it is easy to use. Even so, if the name was Speed and you are in a team, you are not the only one who uses the project. Others have work to do on the project and they might need to interact with this variable. You need to understand the purpose of that variable. Naming it S2234 will confuse them since they don't know what it is for. Unlike when the name will be Speed, they will have an easier time recognizing it. In our case, we are talking about one variable, where of course in any project there will be multiple variables in a single class, there will be multiple classes, there will be multiple scripts, and you need to name classes, functions, and events as well. You need to focus on that. As well, you can name them whatever you like, but it will be a good decision to name them a name related to their purpose or use the standard. So in future you get easy to recognize them and your teammate will have easy time working with you. So another example, if you have a project, you hold on development for that project and you come back after, for example, 1 year. You come to see the names of the variable you used. Of course, there is a probability you forgot what is a class is used for. You look up the names, and while the naming is very clear, you will get easy time recognize what they are used for, since each name represents itself. But when naming them randomly will make a harder time for you to remember what the purpose of each of them. In another case, if you asked for help on your project, whether it is on GitHub or on other site where others can inspect your code, same as Stack Overflow, the variable class function naming will help them understand your code so they can help you solving your problem. I hope you enjoy the video and would like to see you next time.